Check. Nah, this is an important day right here. Hope you taking today seriously.
Sure.
Because, you know, it's an important day in Black history. In American history. It's going to be a different type of show. This ain't one of them shows for the game.
Real.
We're not going to talk about them little memes that people being entertained by.
Right. It's blasphemy.
About the great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
It's disrespectful.
Shout out to my barbers and shout out to my stylists. We are Beards and Baldheads, your host Fat Lace. I'm playing with I pressed the wrong button. I bought it back. Just like we bought it back for the New Year's, man.
Yeah.
You know that's what we did, right?
It gives it a vibe when you brought it back.
I got half a mil mile to the left of me.
Yep. What's going on, people? We back.
Shout out to the Soul Survivor. Shout out to True Lies. Shout out to DJ Punchy, Cousin DT, everybody down with the team. We got Soup on the other side holding it down.
Shout out to Shantae on my live.
Everybody on the live. Soup, is there any way we could switch this shot a little bit? I'm trying to figure out even should we, if somebody coming, to make it a little bit tighter, but we're gonna get to it. It's all good. Is this making me look bigger?
Yeah, I think
With
so.
this extra black on the side,
Yeah.
like, yo.
It's all fitted and all that?
No, I'm talking about, my waistline,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I thought I was snatched. I was around somebody, he was like, yo, they snatched. They was talking about the girl next to me.
Oh.
Shout out to Vicky and Lisa, shout out to the twins. I thought they was talking about me. I was feeling sexy for a minute. They wasn't. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, we here. Thank you, Soap. Wow, we here. Yo, Sype Man said he likes when you rock the Knicks.
Oh, that's what's up, Sype.
You say he likes when you rock
I'm
that.
going to keep
right
rocking
there.
that just for you, Sype. You know,
Definitely,
New York all day.
Definitely. You know, I'm a BK Nets. That's what I'm rocking with. Oh, we all live. Yo. Make sure we got everything down. You know, we're going to start off. We got, what do we say? Do we say Happy Martin Luther King's Day?
Yeah.
That's too many syllables in one thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we say MLK?
Yeah.
We so cool. Black people just know how to shorten something and make it real. Yeah, you know, on MLK I was.
Yeah, try to make it cool. Gotta make it cool.
Gotta make it cool. If it ain't cool, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? What is right? Y'all can be real cool and drop some donations to the show. You know, we wouldn't mind. We would appreciate it. We had a dream too. We had a dream that we was gonna be kaboom big, and it's still gonna happen. You know. Get so much money we can start, buying out sections and stuff.
Facts.
You know, at the club. That's what we do, man.
Yeah.
People's doing that. They had a lot of parties for MLK.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He got not one shout out by not one DJ this whole weekend.
Yeah, right. But yo, the Flyers, they were going crazy with him.
They was going crazy?
Yeah, I seen one with him. He had some sunglasses on. They had him had Jordans on.
How he got dope?
Had the chicks in it. Had the chicks surrounded him on the flyer.
Yo. Here you go. We don't talk about the great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King in hoes, in women's. Because that's, you know what I'm saying? We got women and we got hoes. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference.
Right, for sure.
It's a difference out there, you know. And we're not going to just talk about them. Because this, at one point, all we did was just talk about them with the dream.
With the speech.
Right,
sure.
And now they want to tarnish his name and talk about him as far as with the women.
Right. Cheating and stuff like that. Right.
Why you gonna bring up the cheating? Okay, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. They just saying that's how they looking at him. Like, yo, he had a lot more going on with him. You know, I don't like when we start like pigeonholing people. Not pigeonhole, but just minimalizing all their great accomplishments.
Right.
But he did have some brawls, though. I heard. That's word on. You believe it?
Yeah, for sure. And some of those pictures is flying around. The pictures where he giving a finger. You know what I'm saying? We at the pool table.
You think he was really like that?
I think I think at times. I think the thing about him is he made you focus on what you needed to. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like social media sensationalism. You know, whatever.
You get a point for sensationalism.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever was going on that wouldn't take away from the message he was. You know. So people kind of took it and thought he was just like this perfect being. But I think for him, he made what his message and his purpose was the most You know what I'm saying? Central thing to pay. It doesn't mean like he wasn't doing dirt or he didn't have his own ways. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, a real human being.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel, I person who one of my favorite people on earth who's in the entertainment. I feel if Dr. King was still alive, this would be his favorite person in entertainment and rap. Who am I gonna say?
Well, that's deep.
I'm gonna say 50 Cent.
Wow.
If Dr. King was alive today, I feel 50 Cent would be one of his favorites. I feel 50 Cent is doing what his dream was, what he wanted to see in life. Blacks and whites together.
Right.
Putting people in power.
Right.
Literally and figuratively. 50, if you see the lineup of power, you see the BMF, it's not just all black actors.
Sure.
You got black, white, Chinese, women, men, all over. Like, he's really bringing people together. I did not know. Did you know Dr. King, we got some fun facts for y'all, that he actually won a Grammy.
Did not know that.
I didn't know that earlier.
Really?
I was doing my little research. First time, it said at the 6th annual Grammy Awards in the early 60s, Dr. King earned his first Grammy nod for We Shall Overcome, The March on Washington, August 28, 1963, which was up for the best documentary, spoken word, or drama recording. It made me think, I'm like, yo, he was lit.
Right, for sure.
He wasn't just, if we wonder why people was loving him, because like he was really a social icon
for sure
as well. Now, if you get nominated for Grammys,
shit, it's huge.
He's 50.
Yeah, for sure.
He was the 50 back then. Like him and Jesse, like, they was running around getting busy, doing they 1-2.
That's an interesting pairing you got.
I'm like, I really believe that 50 would have been one of his favorites. Dr. King did more than just have a dream. He was Grammy nominated and award winning. He won one like later on. What's the big word when they use posthumously? Is that the name of the word? When you die already. When you win something. When like post. You see, it be these words.
Right.
In some I'm like, I don't be like
you said, like he passed on,
and then he won the award later on. Right. Y'all know, shout out to everybody on the check-in. Y'all know what you call that when you win something when you already had died postponedly.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah,
that word.
Yeah.
That word. Scythe man. You feel that word in. You already know what I'm talking about. He won something for that. And I was like, wow, some people, they don't get the credit that they deserve. And I feel like they should. Sometimes the little smallest thing they'll get their reputation for. Like, did you know that Superhead did more than just give Superhead?
Did not know that.
You did not know that she was like a award-winning author. What you call that, bestseller?
Oh, yeah. Oh, before the book or from the book?
She got 5 books.
Right. Did not know that. I mean, I knew Coogee Rat was her boyfriend at one time. It was her first boyfriend. But that's probably like the largest extent I knew about her. You
don't know your black history about these black queens right here?
I need to, bro.
It's more than just what you
queens.
It's more than what you just see. It's more than what just the people.
Right.
But do they really give a damn? Do they really mind?
I don't think so.
Nah.
I don't think human beings care really.
We don't.
They want to entertain. I mean, that's why entertainment's so big. They want you to entertain them. Even the most sensational thing. Think about it, even a post. If you put an inspiring post, it might get some likes, but if you put something that's kind of like raunchy, how many people you gonna get hit you? It's just like this thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a lot more people.
I think so.
Yeah, I was watching my favorite show on Wednesday nights. If you never watched it before, everyone on Wednesday nights on BKS1 Radio. Shout out to the general and the whole team. Ghost DJ Smooth P. They got Live in the Cypher, and they was talking about your boy.
Right.
Keith Murray, that's why they was talking about it,
Right.
and it was a dope topic, dope conversation, talking about kissing and telling, and I was like, this is very interesting. With Keith Murray, a lot of people, to your point, they're entertained by the way he's telling the story.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I definitely feel he's not lying about what he's talking about.
Right.
He's just entertaining us, and we like watching that type of entertainment.
Right.
Like reason why we know her, because of her entertainment.
Right, sure.
It's not. I'm talking about Superhead right here. When y'all saw that one, and it was like when you saw it, you're like, maybe it feel better than the way it look.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I heard.
Right,
I'm not that type of guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't do that type of stuff. But anyway, when Keith Murray was talking, it was like, yo, he really was entertaining people to the point where they're like, yo, he on drugs, he on this, and that.
But I think he was entertained by the default, though.
Why so?
I mean, and I think that's the thing in the black culture, too. Somebody can have issues, and long as they're entertaining, it's like, yo, bro, look at the likes. Or he had this all planned. Like, I think the thing is, when you see somebody, you got to look at what's their intention. 2, you got to look at their presentation of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like when two of them are like not really, aligned. It's like, bro's going through something. He's missing something, because it's like, you're right. I don't think he was not telling the truth, but for me, it's like we're living in a time right now with all this stuff going on, information. Everybody's like, yo, people can't tell the truth, but it's not. It doesn't even matter if somebody's telling the truth now. It's like, what are you trying to say? Why? Like, what is your point now? Like,
is the point just to entertain?
It may be, but like, why do you want to? So, and if your point is to entertain, I feel that, but like, at the butt of what? Are you desperate at this point that you got to be the butt of a joke? Like, because it's like, okay, you're not relevant. You're gonna get some likes. You're gonna be entertaining, but like, your presentation. I mean, people are not laughing with you. They're laughing at you.
Now, some people laughing at him. Some people like myself, I'm like, yo, he crazy. But he doesn't seem crazy. He seems just as entertaining as someone in the barbershop. Shout out to all the barbershop, to all the stylists out there. Just as entertaining as somebody in the barbershop. We always have been in barbershops and we have someone who says a story and they do a Keith Murray type story.
Sure.
They do a Soulja Boy type story.
Sure.
Everything is extra dramatic. Like, your word is born. I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
I had the girl and work.
Right.
Don't even say no word.
Right.
That's when it's the most exciting.
That's
yo,
a
man,
fact.
I had it. I'm trying to tell you.
Right. And we all laughing.
And we all know what he's saying.
Right. Sure.
We all know what he's talking about. The difference is with us. In our communities, but we know exactly what he's talking about. I think that's what if the world sees it,
yeah, and I think that's where the problem is. Exactly what you said, where the split is. If you doing it in a barbershop in the comfort of your own home with your peoples, there's no filter. We all laughing. But if the camera comes on, and that thing is going live, it's different. Like when you hit sin is different than us being in a barbershop. We like, yo, Jay Wilding, yo, he crazy.
Not Jay, but
right.
right.
Yeah,
talking about Gerald.
We're not talking about Jay. Yeah,
talking about Gerald.
Right, but like, there's that's a safe space. Even if my man is off, crazy, wild, we all respect him, and we all have him or her that we got love for him. It's like, yo, he's wild, but if you go onto a platform and that platform might not really have your best interest. They might be like, yo, I'm gonna get the views off this. You know what I'm saying? And you get up there, like, I looked at Keith Murray, I'm like, yo, bro. And it's funny, like, people forget Keith Murray was one of the illest dudes from when he came.
That's my point. He's known for actual talent.
Yeah, he was actual talent.
Great talent.
Yeah.
He's not just known for someone who did a story about these people. I want everyone to understand who's watching. We have to give more credit than just what the tagline is.
Sure.
If Keith Murray, God forbid, passed away tomorrow, some people would just, yo, man, I told you he was great. Instead of talking about all the work that he did,
right.
Gold selling artist, they would try to just label him as the artist who was wilding, talking about eating these girls out.
Right.
Quick disclaimer, I have to give an apology to the general. He said because Foxy Brown was one of his ladies,
right.
Not Pam Grier, not this one right here, but the other one. That was one of his ladies in his mind.
Right.
And so, yo, General, I apologize for talking about Keith Murray and co-signing him and her being a little skeezer.
Right.
Because she did things with X, rest in peace.
Right.
She was a skeezer.
Right.
She was.
I mean, my thing for Keith and that is like, people, if something happened back in the day or whatever, these people got lives right now. Like, you kind of imposing on their lives whatever they got going by telling your truth out loud. Like, I think the thing is, I think everybody got a right to tell their truth. But if your truth involves somebody else and you sharing it, you got to be a little bit mindful. Like, yo, you can say it to your peoples. I'm saying once the camera comes on, because it's like he could be like, well, this is my truth, but you sharing the truth of somebody else, and you bring now she got just because he's not the first. Irv Gotti was the first one to start doing this.
Actually,
when Irv get it
Corrupt. That's all I'm saying on the check-in on Wednesday. Corrupt, was engaged to Foxy Brown.
Right, sure.
Anybody watch? He had a song called "Calling Out Names."
Right.
He talks about DMX and the Rough Riders and a whole lot of other people who he had beef with because of this situation.
Right.
So he already made a diss record going at Foxy Brown.
Sure. Right.
And he was the one who was hurt.
Right.
Now, some people will say, well, why are you airing out your business?
Right.
He has every right to say his truth. Now, we're not talking about that song to this day because maybe it's not relevant.
Right.
But I guarantee Corrupt is going to go on that Art of Dialogue where Keith Murray was,
right,
and he's going to talk about it again.
Right. Well, now he has to.
And now he doesn't have to, but...
No, you're right. He doesn't have to.
But he'll get paid for it.
Right.
His interest will go up because the interests of all these people are now being resurfaced because of sex.
No,
not
sure.
Because of their talent or what they did.
Right.
When it came to Superhead, the sex, when you're talking about it, people interested in that.
Right.
Just like how you were saying before, it's not just what they did. Now, she wants to sound like she's, because she's a 5-time author.
Right.
But nobody knows that part.
No, sure.
And if you want to get popping again, if you want to get lit again, you talk about the sex.
I guess it's a devil's trap because you're right. You're going to get your views just like Keith Murray, but you got to take along with that the bag of the judgment that people won't be like, just like Superhead. She got her likes and she made a lot of money, but like she always got to live in that thing of, you know what I'm saying? She made a book called Superhead. I mean, I think she just got married recently too. I saw she
been married about 3 times already prior, so it's like her 4th marriage.
Yeah, right. To some chef. I seen it like 2 weeks ago. People still like, yo, how can she got married? Who married her? Like, it's still, and she might be a completely different person. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or she might be the same person. If you got married 3 times.
I mean, she could. I mean, I'm just saying she could or she couldn't. But that Superhead still following her so she made money, but it's like, I think it's all intention. Like, you gonna get your view, like just like Keith Murray. But like, is that, you know what I'm saying, what you want to be known for, or you want to be like, yo, man, when I was rapping, you know what I mean? Because I mean, he got his choice. He got a lot of story. He could talk about the beefs he had, this and that. So I know he had a lot of stuff.
We don't want to hear about that.
But right.
We want to hear that. We want to hear that. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was cracking up when I was watching that. Yo, man, speaking. Yo, well, congratulations, Superhead. You married for about the 4th time. I was speaking to some friends. It's 2023, right? And people be having like New Year's resolutions and stuff they want to do, like with and a good friend of mine says she has her goal set, and shout out to her. She's a great woman, and she's like, look, I want to be a wife, I want to be a mother, and probably in that order. It's probably how she wants to do it. However you do it, it's how you do it.
Yeah, right.
But Chad, what cost do these people want to be Coretta? A lot of people want to be Coretta, but you see Coretta looking at him like, I know you. Look at this picture right here. She looking at like, yo, I know you looking at my man right now, girl. I seen you coming out the room last night, and he looking like Coretta, like, you don't start with me, woman.
Right.
I ain't got no time for this right now. What are they willing to sacrifice? I've been hearing this phrase called non-negotiables in relationships. Someone asked me, do I have a non-negotiable? My non-negotiable, the woman, she has to be able to cook eggs.
Right.
And this has nothing to do with the price of eggs going up. I actually like good scrambled eggs, omelets, whatever the case may be. Do you feel the money plays a part with these non-negotiables? Because your girl Gabby, past Gabby, said when she opens up about feeling entitled to infidelity in her first marriage, I was paying all the bills, so she felt like she can cheat on her dude.
Right.
Some guys feel like they can go step out on a woman because they paying all the bills or whatever they provide.
Right.
How do you feel about that First I'm gonna ask you, what's your non-negotiable?
That's a good question, man. What's my non-negotiable? I don't even know, bro. I mean, you know, you ask.
Make sure you get a mic.
Yeah, I'm not even sure, bro. What's my non? I mean, I'm sure I do. I'm in the state.
She gotta bathe every day.
Yeah,
she gotta do it.
Shower. You know what it is? I'm so much in the state in my life where I only focus on what I want. I don't even focus on what I don't want. So if you asked me like a year ago, I probably could have told you. But I've been so trained in my mind, I only want to see things I like. If I don't like it, I don't even deal. So I can't, because you know when you say your non-negotiables, you kind of focus on the things you don't like. Yo, this is my boundary.
See, I'm focusing on what I like. I like the girl to cook some good eggs. I like breakfast.
Right.
So I want
so that. So that's not what you don't. I'm
saying what I do like.
Yeah, right.
I like this, and I hope you can provide and you can do this. That's just me personally.
But that's the good thing. Like that's what people need to focus on, like what they like, and just say instead, because a lot of times people always say what they because like you said, non-negotiable. The non means
yes.
No, I don't like.
He better not cheat on me.
Better, right. I better not, right. Like
and I'm like, damn, it's gonna be done like that.
Right, that's why a lot of people don't be happy, bruh. I mean, and I get it, because a lot of people don't trust people.
Peace to Uncle Mike.
And I get it. A lot of people, there's like a lot of mistrust. People did dirty, etc. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But like even hurt this situation with Gabrielle Union. It's like, I think we brought up last show. You know, you gotta have respect. And if you don't, like, if she's paying the bills, deep down inside, she probably didn't respect him as a person. So she said,
no respect. Anybody on the check and tell me what if y'all got non-negotiables, and tell me, are a lot of these women really out here, do they really want to be in a relationship? Men as well, but I don't hear no men say, yo, I'm really trying to be a father and a husband. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna talk about the women. Do they really want that? Are they willing to go to length? Are they willing to accept what might not be the popular vote in being in a relationship? When you give up yourself to somebody, you're opening up, and you opening up where you could get hurt.
Yeah, right. I think that's the thing. I think that's what people, because a lot of times people feel obligated. I think when you listen to Gabrielle, I know I see people on the internet was like, yo, who does she think she is? That's kind of whole kind of mentality. I didn't look at it like that. I look at it like you said. People kind of get in relationships and feel obligated. You know, we all do. You get in there, it's kind of like a job. You already lost. If the point of relationship is to have joy, bro. Like
to have joy.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what's happening through life and through like over the last 100 years, we've been conditioned that you get in a relationship to kind of take care of somebody, or you try to do this and that. People could take care of themselves. And I think when you see after the pandemic, you see, you know, people might not like it, but you see like women saying, yo, I have my own, these independent movements. She got
her own.
You know what I'm saying? Neo. And some people feel threatened by it, but you shouldn't feel threatened by it, because everyone should take care of their own. And then when you come with somebody, it's just you having a good time. Because when you're not having a good time, that's when people start bumping heads and the cheating, and, you know, when people are not really enjoying, you know what I'm saying? Because
I was watching Aretha Franklin earlier, and when I was watching this movie, a great movie, you know, Natural Woman. You know, when I was watching it, it was like her husband, very insecure, could not take what was going on in the relationship, and couldn't have a woman who was making more. You find a lot of these women from the Halle Berrys to Mary J. Blige's, they could not take a stronger woman being in their household, being in a relationship, and they insecurity start kicking in.
Right.
I don't get it. That really wouldn't be me with this.
And that's the thing, like you said, the insecurities. Because everybody has insecurities, but when insecurities start being the main driver in the relationship, you might as well say deuces. Because, you know, think about it, Jay, you know, we done been places, yo, we look back and be like, yo, we had mad fun, or, yo, remember those times? But when you gotta go home and you looking at the person like, you know what I'm saying?
Why you put me in this spot, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like people sighing, bro. Like,
yo, now I feel you. Sometimes I've definitely been in that type of situation.
We all have.
I've been in a situation where, like,
too.
yo, on the surface, I look like Coretta and Dr. King.
On the surface.
Get back to the crib.
Yep.
It's like, yo, man, yo, I can't stand you. Yo, word is ball. Yo, you go over there. It's not even you go over there. We're in different rooms.
We're
not happy.
But you know what I mean? That's more common than it's not. That's more common, and the thing about life is everyone has to put a mask on and look like the Huxtables when it's really like that. And that's why when you hear people be like on the news, oh, it was toxic, it was abusive, and they're shocked as if they didn't go through something the same way.
No, it's the most, now absolutely, the most beautiful thing, relationships, I feel, is when you don't have to talk.
Yeah, it's understood.
It's understood.
That's a fact.
Silence is golden. You could just watch a show and just watch it. But you
fact.
could just be in the same room and yell, man. The girl might be on Candy Crush or something.
Right.
And you might just be, someone like me, I might just be watching, Beards N Baldheads for the 8th time. Because, it's my favorite show. I like watching it.
Yeah. Always tune in that.
We got, Soup said, I think a lot of women want a relationship, but approach it on the defense because they don't find men they can trust. And it started with Dr. King. I think Coretta is the problem because she started telling these women, don't trust him, girl.
Right.
Don't trust it. Because he was the first one in the booth.
Right.
Using that excuse.
But I guess she forgave him, right?
No, I don't know. He got, he got popped. You know what I'm saying? Like a rapper.
Right.
Dr. King was the first rapper who got shot.
Right. But he got stabbed before that too, though.
Yo, he was a rapper. We didn't know this.
Right. But the thing about him is he's like I look at Martin Luther King as like he's actually like God in the flesh, right? Because it's like everything he went through, he never showed any signs of him not being, I guess they use the word high vibration right now. Mm-hmm. He never showed anger like that. He showed, now there's definitely clips of him showing things that they might have kept away from us, talking about economic power and stuff like that.
No doubt.
But you never seen him
now, great point. We didn't see it, but the cameras wasn't that on it that much. We didn't see him when he was messing with these bras.
Sure.
We didn't see it, but it doesn't mean he didn't live it. I'm sure he was just as angry as anybody else, but he was aware to show, look, I can't show this when these cameras on, especially at a time like that where cameras, crews, to get that media attention, it meant so much.
Sure.
They're not showing when he yelling at his kids at home.
No, sure.
They're not showing none of those negative sides of him, but like you said, he is a human. He was just highly aware of his presence when he was on the screen.
But I think that's the key. That's the difference between any human being in this world. The amount of awareness they have. Half these people who are entertainers don't really have that much awareness.
Do you think that Smokey Robinson and LL Cool J have too much awareness of what they look like? Because, if you look at Smokey right here, Smokey still look like he's supposed to be 20. Got no wrinkles, no nothing, no blemishes, no facial. Him and LL got the same mustache.
Yeah, he'd be the same age as my father. You know what I'm
No, Smokey is 83.
Yeah, he's older, right?
Yeah, but not one wrinkle. Teeth still all extra whitey, and LL got the same thing. Are they too aware of what they looking like in the public?
I think so. LL was extremely aware person. I think for him, that's why think about it. This dude could be like, he could be so angry that people don't put him in the GOAT conversation. He could be so angry and disgruntled. He never does. He channels it into his own way. From the acting, now Rock the Bells is a brand, concert. You know what I'm saying? Cruises. Whenever you hear it, he still talks positivity. He reminds me. I'm glad you put him. He reminds me of Martin Luther King because he never shows his disgruntled on people not appreciating him where he should be, and not to say he doesn't feel it, but he knows.
Oh, he definitely feels it.
Right, but he chooses which because everyone has a choice what you want to feel. Mm-hmm. I can feel angry, I can feel annoyed, I can feel happy. They all happen at the same time. You understand? And at that moment, I gotta say, yo, Ma, which one do I want to resonate with? Do I want to feel mad like, yo, Jason, play me? Or not Jay or whoever, or do I want to say, yo, it doesn't matter, man. I got love coming from this way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but LL is known as the battle rapper.
Right.
When his emotions, I'm telling you, we never saw that side of Dr. King. But right here in this picture, Dr. King look like he don't play. No, when you got a hat like that.
Right. But that's what inner strength is, though. Because it's like, how many people, because you know they have it behind, how many people can't cover it up like that we know that are entertainers? Regardless if they go by, they can't decipher when they're in front of the crowd versus who they are behind closed doors. It bleeds.
He had some diss tracks, you think?
Who?
Dr. King.
I'm sure he did. He might have had one.
Grammy Award winning Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King had some diss tracks. Was the first one giving him excuses, telling his woman that he had to go to the stool.
Yo, he might have, and who knows? He might have had a diss track from Malcolm. Who knows?
Yo, you think he did?
He might have.
Were they the first Ja Rule?
They was the first Ja Rule.
The first Ja Rule 50?
Hey, folks, Malcolm and Martin, the first Ja Rule 50.
I don't know. They might have. They might have been.
To James, shout out to Muhammad, Larita on the check.
Peace to everybody on the check-in. Let us know if y'all think they was the first ones. Yo, shout out to the General. General, I already apologized about your Foxy Brown. I apologize. I did not mean to talk about your queen the other day. My fault. You know, I still think she was kind of skeezerish.
Right. But that's respect.
A little skeezerish, but, you know, my apologies, General. You know, like I said, we was talking about these relationships, people not approaching it the right way. Now, I saw you had this on your post right here, too. Is this the right way to approach the relationships in 2023? I mean, because, this is trust right here. If y'all not watching it, y'all need to be watching it on YouTube, on BKS1 Radio TV. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, or you can be watching it on Facebook. Like, this right here is like when you really love the person that you're with. Like, you look at the way he holds them.
Right.
Hands out.
Right.
Feet. Oh, they got matching Jesus sandals. Now this is real love, yo. That's when they got
matching Jesus.
Look,
sandals.
look at the Jesus sandals they got right here.
You hear that, y'all? Matching Jesus sandals.
Yo, this is real love. He said, if we can't be like this all 2023, then I don't want you. Then I don't want you. This is real love. They both got them Wranglers. Remember them Wranglers back in the day? They both they got them Wrangler jeans on.
Right.
The way they looking. He's on her back.
Right.
Is this real love? Like, this is how they should be approaching relationships right now?
Right.
Or is this sucker moves right
I mean,
now?
and that's the thing when I put it, like, I mean, I mean, is that real love? Or is it?
It look real suckerish.
Yeah.
It look real suckerish. I feel if Soup saw me looking like this in my relationship, taking these pictures, if I took these pictures, Soup be like, yo, Jay, you a sucker right now. Yo, what's going on?
I mean, especially, but I heard somebody in the comments say, hey, they're being carefree and silly.
Carefree and silly? Now, because we don't know them. Until we know them, I don't know. I think it'll be a little different. Soup, what would you say to me, Soup? Soup said they look happy. You believe him?
I mean,
yo, it would be Polaroids. I would be a meme. I would be the BKS1 Radio meme. Yo, shout out to Mizzle. He said Keith Murray is wild. We got Mizzle on the check it on the YouTube. Yo, look, I think people want to have these relationships. They want to be Coretta, but they don't want to believe when they go to the stool.
Right.
I don't know. It's getting kind of weird out here, man. Everybody wasn't just, Dr. King had relationships outside. Not just, he did have outside relationships, but with other artists.
Yeah.
I was watching Aretha Franklin. She was stepping outside with a man. I didn't know she was stepping outside with Smokey. And she was a married woman.
Right.
And stepping out with other men.
Right. I mean, it's always happened. It's just never spoke about.
Do you feel these stories, these bios on these artists are necessary to keep their legacy alive and to tell a part of their truth?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because in the day, you want the whole story. I mean, the part of the story you don't want to hear is the part that they told you was wrong. But if that's their story, society told you that, shout out to James on the check-in. He always says it's not right or wrong, it's positive or negative. It might be a negative situation, doesn't mean it's wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, we're in a part, I think people look at things different. People understand healing, people going through trauma. So obviously, if she cheated or something wasn't right in the dynamics, because everybody always looks at the act of, and I'm not saying I condone cheating, this is the thing. Go back to what we were saying. If
I feel like you done took some people's skeezers.
Yeah, you know what it is? The way I look at it is somebody. If
you've been a skeezer,
if you completely happy in a situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying things by slip, but if you totally happy or something like that in your life, not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. It's like, but if somebody's not completely happy, and sometimes it has nothing to do with the other person. You might not be happy with yourself. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So sometimes, like, people go and it's something called self-preservation. They're gonna go and figure out how to preserve themselves. However it is, you know what I'm saying? So I think the thing is, you know, people look at, oh, they cheated, this and that, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like, things, you know what I'm saying?
You don't think it's all the way, you know, when it comes to relationships, in Aretha Franklin, I love me watching that movie because I found out more. Some people just try to label it with respect. That's all she is.
Song, right, yeah.
That's all she got is respect. You know, natural woman. You think Dr. King would like these new booties?
Ooh,
you think he would like it?
The BBL?
You think you like it?
I think so.
You liking the new one?
Nah, you know, it's
depending
funny.
On the thigh to butt ratio?
Yeah, depending. But yo, it's funny. But as men, didn't we ask for that?
I like the natural woman. Yo, them Foxy Browns was natural women.
No, I know. But like, you think about it. When you were young, what dudes used to say? Yo, she got a fatty, right?
She got a fatty, got big boobs.
Right. So like, right. Or they'll be like, oh, no ass at all, right? Like,
right? You were a bad guy.
Right. So just think about it. After a while, that creates a narrative. So then after a while, women say, oh, this is what men like. Oh, so I don't have to work. So I think what happens is just like an algorithm. You create a narrative so much, and then it backfires against you. And then you're like, oh, wait, hold up. I don't like that. Why are these chicks? When you create a narrative from when you was a kid, just like an algorithm. Every algorithm people see, just like on YouTube, you start putting in what you like. Oh, I like that. The next thing you know, YouTube just keeps hitting you. And you like, yo, why every time I go on my feed, oh, no, I want it like this. I want like, nah, bro, but you kind of asked for it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with these BBL, like, these women took they took what men have been saying for years, took it in their own hands, and now, I mean, I don't think it's the safest thing at times. You know what I'm saying? You're hearing crazy stories going to DR, but
I like the natural woman.
You know what I'm saying?
I like if you got work too. I like all of it because it's all about how you are inside.
That's really what it is.
It's all about how you are inside. You know, when another thing I loved about with Dr. King, about with Aretha, you know, Aretha did the theme song, A Different World.
Yeah, that was dope.
You got the real HU on your chest right there. You know, go Bisons.
Right.
Like that. But I was watching this show. I watch this all the time. And they got relationships in this. They done switched lineups of love a few times.
Sure.
And they were friends.
Right. And everybody, it's okay.
Nobody really tripped.
Right.
You know, I done seen Freddie. Freddie had Shaza, and then Freddie had Ron, and Ron had both friends.
Right.
Had Freddie and Kim.
Right.
And it was like no beef on no episode.
Right. That's love.
Is that realistic?
Could be.
Have you seen that in your experiences at Howard? Like a dude had one best friend and another, and everyone's still friends.
I'm gonna tell you, I've never seen it. Is it real? Could it be realistic?
Could be.
It could, depending on the mindset of the people. Now, because we're kind of trained to be competitive and be territorial. If I date somebody, it's like an animalistic thing, like a dog in front of a fire hydrant. Yo, you don't talk to her. I already talked to her.
Or talk to him, for that matter.
And talk to that man. So it's like, it's this kind of thing of like, no, territorial. But in actuality, I'm thinking like you said, different world. You could do it because at the end of the day, once you get past the rules and the judgment, I mean, life is not really going to change. I mean, you could go on with your life. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, things could be fine. It's not like your life is on the end because your man is dating this girl you used to. It just, based on what you've been taught, it's like, nah, you're not supposed to do that. Nah, that, you know what I'm saying?
Does it always mean you've been taught? Is it a bad thing for what you've been taught? You know, one of Dr. King's, I got a few of his quotes that I want to talk about. And one of his quotes said, the time is always right to do what's right.
Right.
Now, right can be judgmental. What do you feel is right?
Right.
So we were taught the right thing to do is not to mess with someone's girl,
Right,
not
right.
to mess with someone's man, because it's gonna cause friction within a relationship. You know, one of my favorite groups that I was part of. Did you know I was part of B2K?
No, right? No, I did not.
Chris Stokes, I wouldn't let him stroke.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? They kicked
Right.
me out the group, long
Right.
story short.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in that group, you see all of them had beefs because they were messing with the next one's girl.
Right.
You know, they didn't have the Biggie line when C's know all his hoes go to my door.
Right.
Then they go. They didn't have that mentality on the road.
Right.
They were, and to this day, when you see them on them Love and Hip Hops and all that, they still do the stuff as far as messing with each other's women,
Right.
and now
Right.
they're not friends no more.
Right,
The group disbands.
Right,
But
sure.
you see that with 5 Heartbeats. You would see that.
Yeah, right.
I'm messing with this one, but
Right.
but it messes up the relationship amongst the men.
Right, for sure.
Amongst
Sure.
the men. In this show, it did it.
I mean, I think the thing is, I think it's me personally. My preference is I'm not dating anybody that my friend did. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, it's just easier. I'm not trying to cross that boundary. But I do think you put a good point that in a society where there was way more love unconditionally, where people understood were those things, because those things of like you dated, because it's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like in Greece or something, like
Well, Olivia Newton.
like like ancient Greece when they used to be in the middle.
Oh,
of
my
the,
bad. I was
like the
that was my
Warriors.
movie though. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Warriors. It's
Spartacus
like,
and all that.
Spartacus and all that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yo, you date my girl. Oh, you're off at your head.
No doubt.
It's like a program. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
Is it a good or bad program though?
you ask me, really, I think
Knowing the ramifications, what can happen
I think so. Of the program
since the times.
Yeah, I think that in actuality, I don't think it's a good program because you don't want to lose your friend over that
No
principle. But I do think it's not that. I think at the end of the day, if somebody dates somebody after you, it's a program, because in actuality, it's not as bad as you think. It's not like you're gonna die, but your mind, which is the program.
But someone might want to kill you.
But that's what I'm saying. That's all program.
No, I'm saying the person might want to kill you.
But that's what I'm saying. That's all from the program. I'm saying
Yeah.
natural order from life.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it's something like taking poison and you'll die.
Yeah,
Like
but,
somebody
but
will
the,
kill
but the
you.
steps of natural what's been happening since ancient times. Jealousy and envy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's a more programmed thing that we've seen time and time
But
again.
that
So it's
is
like,
exactly-
yo,
but that-
maybe you want to avoid it.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what it is. Time, like you said, jealousy and terror. That's like the lower levels of being a human being. That's an automatic program that comes out that you probably want to avoid it.
We're gonna get right back to you one sec. We got Rachel on the check-in. Rachel says, as far as a different world, it was scripted. So it's not natural for friends to be okay with dating friends. I'm not attracted to men my friends are with or have been with. I do not want them. It will cause problems. It also causes a trust issue. Absolutely. It does happen. Thank you for chiming in, Rachel. It does happen. You know, but now I feel you can find a person attractive but not be attracted to them.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's what's inside the person. It will cause a lot of trust issues.
And it's an interference too, because it's like you always that cloud of that person and your friend is always over. You might as well just start a whole new situation. Because sometimes I think, like you said with B2K and these guys, they were kind of being kind of lazy. They're kind of
it's enough women out here,
Yeah.
especially if you are on the road. I didn't even make it to the tour bus.
Right,
That's a whole nother story.
Right.
But the fact that it's so many women out here, y'all tripping about this one, bro.
Yeah, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's like this whole Lori Harvey situation. Like, I think
there you go.
I think people think entertainers, because they have the perception is that they have access to all these people, but at the end of the day, it starts being like a Howard, like a Plainfield. It starts being a small little world, and they all, because it's like, yo, Lori, why she dated this lad, this and that, and it's really no different than anywhere else, but it's magnified because you assume that entertainers are supposed to be dating. Why are they all dating the same people?
That beef come out in Howard. That beef comes out here. And the world gets extremely small.
Right.
You know for myself. Like, you see me in action. Like, yo,
Right.
what?
Right.
You seen her in the library.
No, I've been in that situation.
What was they studying, man?
Right.
You say they looked like they wasn't studying?
Yeah.
And then you give me that call, then I'm down here. Next thing you know, I'm inside the dorm room talking about what's good.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, it get like that. I mean,
Soup, it got real.
I mean, we all been there, but for me, but it's funny. Like I said, you asked me what's my non-negotiable. Yo, if that happened to me right there, I'm like, okay. It's not going to, like, back in the day, I used to get territorial, this and that, but at the end of the day, I had to start looking at it. I don't like how it makes me feel afterwards. Forget the chick. You know what I'm saying? I don't like feeling that way and feeling aggressive, and then I got to calm down when I'm by myself, and I got to deal with, like, it ain't even about her. Like, for me, jealousy and all that stuff, and like, yo, checking somebody, regardless if she I felt like she was disrespectful. However, I don't like how it makes me feel. And at the end of the day, it's all about me anyway. Like, yo, I don't want to feel all, you know what I'm saying, aggressive and angry. Like, because, yo, that takes a while. Like, people forget, when you're angry, sometimes you might be angry for the next 2-3 days.
Next 2 or 3 years. Yo, I got some women who are still mad at stuff like from 09.
Talk about it.
99.
Talk about it.
Like, there's no limitation on anger.
Right.
Like, it's not
no,
as
you're
much
right.
as we want.
That's crazy.
Like,
he said from 99.
From 99.
It's true. And you got to sit. And I've been a person like that. I've had, at times, I had lingering anger too.
I still don't like some people from 89.
For sure. But think of how it makes you feel. Don't make you feel the best.
No, it doesn't.
But, you know, if somebody could take, having fun and being in there, you know what I'm saying? You playing football and scoring a touchdown when you feel totally excited versus those times you felt angry. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
It was a difference. You know I got busy on that football.
But I'm sure you had times where you, like you said, completely as angry.
Yeah, because now I'm like, hold up, she was my Pop Warner cheerleader. And now we in a high school, and now you got his arm around her, and I'm at my locker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I had my Timberland coat on.
Right.
I had my first Timbs without the cushion up top, and now I see with him because he got the cushion on his Timbs. They was dirty too.
Right.
Yo, because it was around this time, I remember, because it was Christmas, and you know when you get your fresh Christmas gear.
Right. It's like a shot.
You keep bringing me back to these times when certain women like you. I'm still mad from '94. I ain't gonna say his name, but he took because I'm saying she was my girl.
Right.
You know, maybe that was his girl.
Right. Maybe. Who
People
knew?
still catch
but
feelings.
I mean, but like we was talking on the last show, now they have this thing, and I see Larita talked about on the last. Now they have something called polyamory, where it's like an accepted. I'm not for it, but like now it's like, which is kind of weird, where it's like we're all dating together, but I guess this is how people try to rationalize. Like I watched an interview on YouTube where the person rationalized that's how they deal with jealousy. It could be fake, it could be cap, but this is how they say. They're like a whole big family. We all date together.
If I gotta look the word up, I don't want it. That's how I am right now. Like, I don't want no polyamory. I don't want none of that stuff. You know. I meant to talk about the Dr. King statue, right? If everybody watched, that was a big thing, talking about the Dr. King statue, and they say it looked like the penis around the throat,
right,
or something like that.
Crazy.
But in the word I was looking at, I'm like, yo, what is this? It was on Vlad and saying they're making a big uproar, and she was saying the masturbatory sculpture, and I'm like, masturbatory? What is masturbatory? I don't even know what this word means.
Right.
And then it had another word, but once it had the two words I know, I left it alone. These relationships, I don't get what they trying to do. I don't get what they trying to do right here. I just know I can't do that. I don't know. I like simple things.
Simple's good.
I like simple things. You know, I like watching TV shows.
Right.
I like sitting down, eating food.
Right. If it's too complex, it's probably not for you. That's real.
It's not for me. And Valentine's is going to be right around the corner.
Right.
Y'all know as soon as them Christmas trees came down, they started putting up them hearts.
Yeah, right.
People was like, damn, I just dropped the bag on,
right. It's
on
already,
this girl. Now I got to think about the next thing to impress her.
It's like a business.
Yo, I don't know, man. Are you thinking about your Valentine's gift already?
Yo, that's crazy. Now, I see some people. I'm driving down Lely. Some people still got the Christmas lights up.
I don't feel Christmas lights should come down till April. Like, ain't that like when he came back to life?
Right, yeah.
What Easter mean, right?
Yeah, resurrection.
Yeah, yo, Christmas trees should be up till April. Personally, that's just what I'm feeling. Right there.
Oh,
yo, man, it's the warmth of Christmas. I like the way Christmas trees and the lights make you feel. Maybe I'm the only one.
Shout out to Mary on the check-in. Yo.
Shout out to Mary on the check-in. You know, I just personally like looking at Christmas trees and seeing stuff like that. Some people
it's
don't
funny,
like it.
bro.
I don't know. Shout out to my brother Bobby Stone.
It's funny, man. I mean, you know, I guess it's like, you know, the way it is, it's like once you're done with one holiday, the next holiday is right there, right behind it. You know what I mean?
Too expensive.
Yeah.
Love is too expensive.
Yeah.
I can't keep up.
It was easy when you was a kid, though, right? You just get a little. Oh, you had to get all the girls, all the cards and all that.
You make me sound like I was a skeezer too. I was not a skeezer.
All the Charlie Brown Valentine.
Yo,
cards.
that was the time.
Charlie Brown Valentine cards.
That was the time, but it was also another time where I wanted to buy a nice gift for my girlfriend, so I used to have to save my money. I used to get $2 for lunch.
Yeah.
So I spent $1 on Lipton iced tea and a butter crunch,
right?
And the other $1 going in my pouch. Okay. So by the end of the month, you almost got about $30, month and a half.
Budgeting.
You know, I can go to watch on flea market, get the airbrush shirt. Yo, I'm
little bit
in
interest on
you
the
know
money.
What I'm saying? Jason, her name. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You know, ended with a
Right.
I'm in a You got a girl. Right. The last name start it's an A. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? That's what I had. You know, but so it was. You know, it weighed. It weighed. You gotta learn how to be more creative now. Creative was not because when you think about it, those was the drug dealing days.
Right.
So they older cousins. Who look good. They got nice gifts.
Laced them.
Yeah. So I gotta at least make it for my level nice.
For sure.
It was never cheap. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's a difference right now, man.
Creative's good though.
Creative's good.
You know what I'm saying? We live in. Creativity is the real asset right now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I feel
like at one time, you know, spending money and buying bottles, you know, whatever, no shade, you know, that was the time. But now, with the crowded economy we in, it's all about who's the most creative.
Is this how they look when they in the club with no hoes? Are they looking like this here? Is that how they looking?
Yeah.
It's a lot of dudes out here who in these clubs,
right,
spending money on bottles. And y'all not even having fun.
Yeah. That's
too many dudes next to you, no women.
Yeah.
Nothing soft to feel on.
Right.
Nothing sweet to smell.
Yeah. You know, so
I smell cognac.
I heard Cypher Sound was talking about that on his podcast. Even when they had girls with him, dudes buying bottles, but he said he could look at the guy's face and see he's not even happy. Like the girl's annoyed. He's really like, but he feels obligated that, yo, after here we got to go to the next spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can see the guy's like, I don't, like in his mind, I don't even like none of these women. You know what I'm saying? But
because he was a DJ,
right?
And that came with the territory,
right?
Could be like that, or you can have fun with the women that you're going out with.
I mean, that's the point.
That's the point you should focus on.
Relationship, party, it should always be fun. Once you're not having fun anymore, then it's like, yo, what's the point?
The clubs now. You know, New Year's just passed. A lot of people went out for New Year's. Every weekend it's a new party. You know, it's life. I like to party myself. The fact that they don't have dancing in the clubs, everything seems sectional. How are you feeling about that?
That's deep. I think the thing
we're practicing being away from each other, not next to each other.
Sure. I think that's the thing. I think it's got removed from us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see they trying to bring it back with the R&B parties. They're trying to restore the feeling. I think the day party was a huge shift for people older. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because now they can party during the day. But like you're right, the piece that they're not doing, because people are kind of like, they kind of got them out. But the kids with TikTok, they're dancing. You know what I'm saying?
The kids are dancing again.
They're dancing
so a wave is going to come back for hopefully another generation of people dancing again.
They're trying to bring, I mean, that's what Beyonce and Drake did with this whole club album. The reason Beyonce did this album, and she actually hit her mark. Like, you see people at Christmas, they doing the dance like Beyonce.
The line dance. But it seemed kind of line dancey. But at least it's getting people back into that mood.
Because that's where
to get back on the floor.
Because you can see that's where her vision was. That was why Beyonce was so ill. She said, yo, we're coming out the pandemic. what do people need? That was all strategic. Drake knew it too, but Drake didn't hit it like her. She was like, yo, this is what they need.
Too light skinned?
I think so. Yeah, he's too. Yeah, he. I mean, you know, Drake is Drake. He's on his.
You mad because he light skinned with braids? You don't like French Montana either?
Yeah.
Man, ain't nobody watching. It's just me, yo.
Right, light skin.
Because I'm kind of feeling some type of way when I see French Montana on Mav Hoffa joint.
Yeah.
I'm like, he got braids?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yo, like, yo, right, like.
Up here checking my edges, yo. Yo, tell you, yo, 2002,
yo,
my braids was alright.
they still holding on, bro.
They still holding on. Are we mad?
Yeah. Yo, I mean, I see Nelly's pops still got braids.
Nelly got braids?
His pops.
His pops?
He's the oldest dude I ever seen with cornrows, yo.
Yo, why does Tory Lane's pops got that fake hairline, though?
Yo, right.
Like father, like son. Like, yo, this is what y'all doing out here?
Yo. Oh, he got
the shadow.
Yeah. Yo, but people they doing. You see the fake wave cap? People wearing that out?
Not even a real cap.
It's waves, and that's the cap.
They just tossed. That's a wig.
Yeah, it's a wig, but it looks like waves, but it ties underneath.
I've actually seen the braid one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I knew a guy. I'm not gonna say.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you saw it? Not in real life or something?
In real life.
Wow.
It was one of I'm at a funeral, and I know him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like family, and I'm like, he up here singing, and I'm like, I know you're bald.
Right.
I was just at the crib last month.
Yo,
he got a whole braid wig on.
Wow.
I'm like, we're at the funeral, and I'm like, I should not be having jokes at this funeral.
It's crazy. And you know, because you know.
We all know him. The whole family, we know him. It's like Uncle so-and-so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Uncle Kurt. So I'm going to say Uncle, not Kurt, but, you know what I'm saying? But Uncle Kurt. So I'm looking at Uncle Kurt, and I'm like, you know, it's a fake name, y'all. And I'm like, yo, why you got braids? I mean, with hang time.
Wow.
Like, who are you fooling?
Right.
I don't know who he was trying to fool. Maybe because he was out of town, maybe thought he was going to come up on something. I don't know, but had faith. Yeah, it's real out there.
Wow.
It's terrible out there. I don't know what they doing. You know, but nah, man, I'm kind of hating on them dudes right there. But nah, I'm happy that they brought the people back out with the dancing and having a good time because clubs started getting real corny.
Real corny.
Everything is just with your cameras, with the pictures, with the bottles. And I'm like, yo, ain't nobody humping.
Right. Like
I want to dry hump when I'm in the club.
Right. That's how DC Live days.
Yo, what?
Right,
I don't want to have to know you.
Right.
To get up behind you. I want you to smell me first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want you to look up.
Right,
You're like,
right,
oh, all right.
right,
Oh, he cute.
right,
Like, you know what?
right,
Go back like that. I want them to go back and look. And like, oh, all right.
Right.
I want them to look at their friends and make the eye contact.
Right.
Like,
fucking days, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he good?
Yeah.
And then they smile like, girl, if you don't, I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we switch.
Right.
The one you just had, I just had.
Yeah. That's that, yeah. Like house party days.
Yo, them days was good.
But it's funny. You said the kids is doing that. Like, with this TikTok craze, they having fun.
Should adults be doing that?
Yeah, because
stop taking life so damn serious.
I think that's what it is. The adulting. You hit an age and we forgot what it means to have fun. You know what I'm saying? We got so disconnected. We want to go back and forth and get too intellectual. Even when we talk about rap, I was watching the Mav Hoffa show. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about Cole, and it gets too heavy, man. Let's just have some fun, bro.
Girl, at what you done dancing with. So what do you do?
Right.
I go to the club and hump on girls. I'm humping on you. Don't ask me what my profession is.
Right. Let's do it right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you asking important questions? Like life or death right now. Like, you know.
Just enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yo, remember the day? Yo, what's up? Where we going after this? We going to get some breakfast?
Right.
We hitting the diner. We hitting IHOP.
Right.
Yo, it gets too serious. Y'all women, y'all want to be, you know, all coupled up like this.
Right.
Y'all want that. But y'all ain't trying to go to IHOP after the club.
Facts.
Y'all not trying to hump and just have fun.
Right.
They're taking stuff too serious nowadays.
That's a fact.
Y'all looking like Coretta.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Because everybody.
Damn, she look mad.
Right. Everybody's angry.
Damn, she look mad. She got to get it together. Everybody's angry, yo. It's about joy. Dr. King would want us to be happy.
Sure.
Want us to have fun out here. Y'all need to be having more fun. Y'all need to be having more joy. Y'all need to just have more respect. Shout out to Aretha.
But you think about it. Like, think about when people start having, like you said, we're talking about relationships. It always ends up going dark when people start talking about it. No one ever talks about the fun and the joy. It gets into the, the division. Somebody got to take a side. Yo, men think they doing this. They do that. Women do this. Let's just get back to the part that we enjoy each other on. You feel me? No one's ever talks about that.
So if it was more slow dancing and more humping.
Sure.
Doing the butt.
Right.
It would be more fun. And relationships would be better.
When you looked at the videos back then, they was having a ball.
They was having a ball.
But you know what happened in 2000? And I'm not blaming anything because that's just evolution things. Things started getting complicated with the money, the videos, had to be vixens. So it made things more like somebody put on so at Howard, we got this thing on Facebook called Howard Facebook Group. Mm-hmm. So today she put somebody put MC Hammer video, Pumps in the Rump. Dude had Speedos on with no shirt on. And he was and no one even cared.
No.
He was having fun. Yo, I'm like, this dude got Speedos on, bro. With Tim's on.
I wish Barry was right here because I want to know the time when wife beaters came an important part of fashion. Because at one point, dudes would have their shirts on. That's back when Soup was in the club.
Right.
I ain't gonna say it was Soup. She was having going. It was a few fights over Soup. We ain't gonna talk about all that.
Right.
But dudes could have the silk shirts on.
Right.
And there was no wife beater.
Right.
And that was a thing.
Right.
Sweaty was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like being loose and having fun was a thing. So it's like it's different now. Man, I don't know if DMX changed the game. Whatever happened. Like, but that was a different video.
Was.
I like more turn this mother out.
Yeah, right. No, it was crazy. But no one, they was just like, because he was having fun. You look back now, it's like, wait. Like you said, no shirt on. Dude, Speedos, like you said. No, it's like, what is he wearing? The judgment part kicks in now.
No, why? Because we ain't in shape no more.
Right.
When we were watching that, we were all in shape.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Now
right.
I got a dad bod. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get it together.
Right.
I gotta get snatched, man.
Right.
I gotta get my L50 y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get right. Word up.
Prince and thongs, right? Prince and thongs. You know what I'm
saying? Prince and thongs?
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Prince and thongs was different. Prince wasn't us.
Right.
Nah, we go with Hammer with Prince.
Right.
Prince wasn't us.
Yeah, because Prince wore heels.
Yeah, he wasn't us.
But the thing is, I was watching the interview.
We could put them songs on when at night.
But you know what's so crazy about Prince? He was foreshadowing now because now people go by pronouns like with the transgenders like he, she. He went by like, just call me a symbol. I don't even be identified as anything. He said this in the 90s. Like, he's basically going by a pronoun.
Before we go.
Good looks on that, too, Larita, for bringing that up.
Shout that's Larita?
Yeah.
Shout out
I
to
didn't even
Larita
think about the Prince thing.
So Larita, I want everybody, before we go, got a few minutes left. One of the shows I was watching was The Best Man. You saw the series?
Yeah, yep.
Now, you got LJ was the character.
Right.
That was Morris Chestnut's son.
Yeah.
Now, he wants to be non-binary. I told you. Anything with too many big words, I don't pay attention to.
Right.
The thing I did not really appreciate with his character, though, is you want to dress, I'm not going to say dress like a woman. I don't know how you're dressing.
Right.
As a father, as a father, and you're watching your kid want to dress more feminine. I think it's probably the best way to say it.
Right.
But he can't afford the clothes. His father is paying for all these clothes. I looked at him, no judgment about the sexuality, but I looked at him as being a brat, as a son.
Sure.
Because you're throwing this temper tantrum, and you feel like you could just do whatever you want and dress however you feel. I looked at him the same way as I look at a kid, say if he was in a gang and want to wear certain gang colors and rags, and you want to wear your pants down and create an image that's like, yo, I ain't pay you these clothes for you to dress like this.
Right.
And until you can pay for your own, you can't dress like that in my house. I think some people are going to look at him like he's wrong for having that feeling, and they're going to focus on the sexual side more than just him as a son, and he don't feel comfortable as a father for stuff that I'm paying. You're not grown yet. You're not out my house. You can't do this. How do you feel about that?
it's catchy, man, because it's almost. I hear what you're saying, and you're right. In most situations, it could be similar, but it's no way him getting around the sexuality part, because it's so interconnected into like the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's like one of those things.
Yo, he looked like he's set tripping right now. We got True Lies in the building.
True Lies, what up? What up?
Peace. Yo, you can hop on real quick. We about to close it out though, but
yeah, it's hard.
Since we got the flyest guy on earth here, I definitely want his opinion on this. We're not gonna get shut off for this, are we? So for this topic, it's possible they not paying attention. True Lies. Before we close it out, we got the flyest guy on earth. Thank you, Sue. Finish your statement, Omar, if you want.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, in regards to that situation, it's a tricky situation, right? Because his son, at this point, his son is in high school. His son pretty much knows his identity.
Was he in high school or college?
Oh, was he in college?
I want to say he was in college.
Yeah, he's in college. I do think, like you said, as a father.
Let's look. Hold up. What was he in? Because that's the difference. Was he in high school or college? I thought he was playing college football.
Well, maybe it was. Maybe it's college football. I think the thing is.
The best man?
Yeah, the best man.
No,
you go.
I think it definitely was. He was in college.
I don't know if he was in college. Well, I would assume if he's doing an internship, he's in college.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Talking about his clothing, I felt, he wants to be non-binary or whatever. Don't call him this. Don't call him that. The way he's dressing, his father's paying for his clothes. His father feels some type of way. I feel he was being a little brat and feeling like he could just do what he feels against his father's will. And you're not paying for your clothes. You're not paying for your lifestyle right now. When you can afford all this, you can do whatever you feel. Say your father kissed my behind. This is my way I want to express myself. I've grew up where something I might not wear. I remember having a Chronic shirt on. My mom like, no, you ain't wearing that.
Right. You know what it is? I think the difference is, one thing's self-expression. One's this kid, this is who he is. So I think that's the difference. One's like an outer thing where it's like, I might want to be rebellious, wear a Chronic T-shirt, where this kid is actually saying.
I just like the shirt.
I think what this kid is actually saying, like, I was born in the wrong body.
He don't even know what he want to be.
No, I think, but that's
because he ain't pick a side.
Well, I think that's the thing when it comes to like binary. When it comes to like non-binary, it's like.
Well, I'm just focusing on the fashion.
Yeah,
part.
so for him,
on the fashion.
So like his father, you got to
say, him going against the fashion.
Is that you got to ask yourself though? Is his father being conditional? Or is his father being unconditional?
His father's being a parent.
No,
with his rule.
That's what I said. That's conditional though.
No doubt.
So it's like and that's where the show got interesting, because basically his son almost committed suicide. Then he felt kind of guilty. It's like,
because you can't wear the clothes now, you just want to give up on life.
I mean, regardless and maybe that's the case, but the fact is, how far are you willing to push your own agenda with your own kid versus accepting the reality? Because it's like, he could say, and maybe everything's justified, right? I pay for it. I don't agree with it. His father has every right. Now, when the ill thing about the show. All that to say, if your son committed suicide, then you got to feel guilt, because it's like,
does he?
I mean, if he
I looked at it this way,
because when he thought he was kidnapped, he was feeling.
But in that part right there,
so that was a thing.
You do all this for attention, because you can't dress how you want to dress.
You do which part off for attention? Like disappearing?
You disappearing because your father don't like the way you dressing right now. He not even fully believing that whatever way you're going, he's still like in denial.
Is that for attention, or do you actually just want somebody that you can relate to?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't almost commit suicide. He just went to wherever his safe haven was.
Right, but his father,
no doubt.
But his father assumed that because they said he was missing.
Was he being a brat?
No, he could have been being a brat, but I think the thing is, if he's being a brat or not, the question is his father not being. Because his father.
That ain't my question. My question is, was he being a brat for running away, getting mad because daddy won't let me dress like this?
No, but I think
he was doing that because daddy wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, that's why I said. His father's being conditional. It's about accepting. Yeah,
should he have thought his father would accept it that fast?
I mean, that's not.
His father didn't know, so clearly he didn't think he was going to accept it.
But the thing is, I think the thing, Jay, as a father, that's life, man. You got to make it. Sometimes you can't be sometimes people get their own like projection of how they think something should be. You don't know what's going to happen with your kid. That's a dilemma that him as a father, he has a choice. He might not like it. He might not agree with it. But at the end of the day, what do you rather do? Go back and forth with your son? That's what the show showed. Other than at the end, he's like, yo, I accept you for who you are. Because his son you might not agree with it. You might not like it. But like that's the difference between, like TJ was saying, acceptance. That's why I said, is he being unconditional or is he being conditional? When you don't accept something, you're being conditional. You're basically saying, I don't like it. This is a rule. And you got to change that to be here. That's fine.
I think we all grew up in households with rules.
And I think that's...
I don't think that's unfair.
We grew up in households with rules.
I don't think it's unfair,
sure,
but at the same time, you have to... There clearly has to be some type of medium because you're not going to change it.
It does have to have a medium.
And the thing is, with rules is fine. Rules is here to protect you. But rules is here to respect. But if this is if this is your son crying out saying this is who he is.
But yeah, this wasn't a rule.
This is not like a rule.
And
this
know what?
Is like you're kind of like you're not accepting.
Did he cry out or did he sashay out?
I think
he sashayed out.
Yeah,
he sashayed on a TikTok, and that's how his father found out.
Right. But I think
was he understanding about his father's?
Well, Nia Long had told was on tell him before, but he didn't.
But it ain't happy. So now he came out with the TikTok. She didn't tell him.
What was there to understand about the father? He knew the father wasn't going to understand.
So was he being a brat? Was he not being catering to his father's feelings?
But I don't think his father really has feelings.
And then after a while, all right, you got to say fuck it.
Yeah, because
he had that talk first.
He don't want to be. I don't think if he had to talk, then he would have just told him that he needed to go to church or something.
He went to church.
That's what he said.
Shonda, she on the check it too. She's saying, does that mean that the father shouldn't respect his child's personhood?
Nah, I'm not saying that. You should respect him, but my thing is when he bought the clothes. I just want to know, was he being a brat? Y'all say no, yes?
No, I think the thing is, as a father, maybe he was, but maybe his father should say, all right, maybe I shouldn't be maybe I allow him to buy his own clothes now. Well, maybe that's a thing where his father can.
And his father did that. He said, yo, now it's your turn.
Right. Well, what I will say, if you go to a job, you got to have a uniform or adhere to a certain dress code.
Certain rules.
So
certain rules.
I can see your side.
And then, the thing is, sometimes you just got to allow people to be them. Who knows? His son.
And, you can.
And his son it could be, like you said.
But you can't do that everywhere you go. You got certain rules. And in certain households, you got certain rules.
But who's the rules for, though? Is it for the father's image and his own sight?
It could be all that.
And I think that's where the problem is.
But it don't matter when you living in a house.
Well, that's true. And every parent has the right. The problem is what the show showed, though, what are you willing to go to what's the limit? Like if you see, you can hold that line and say, this is my house, and you're right. Now, if his son committed suicide, what he was thinking,
then you pretty weak on your feelings.
But the dad got to live with that though.
Yeah, he got to live with it. But
he got to live with that.
If you're going to do that, and we got to close up. If this is what you really believe in, right? As a person, this for anybody. If you believe in that so wholeheartedly, and one person says that they not feeling what you doing, then you ain't really believing what you felt. That you're going to take your life for one person's opinion. Father, mother, whatever.
Well, I do believe you. I believe that. But I think that's the thing in those moments, to be a father.
It ain't worth it.
And then you're right. But I do think as a father, your job is to love your kid. Not necessarily. I think that's part of the program that people were conditioned to think you're supposed to give your kids rules. Rules are part of the process. Like if you work in schools, we have rules.
We got to shut it down.
All right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now we're gonna catch back up on another time. Y'all chime in. Make sure y'all share. Thank you for everybody on the check-in. Shout out to my barber. Shout out to all my stylists. We are Beards and Baldheads. We will see y'all next week.